Welcome back to the channel. In our first video, we talked about a frustrating truth. School prepared us for a job, but it never taught us the real rules of money. We all agreed it's time to learn those rules together. Today, we're doing a deep dive into the 3 biggest, most destructive financial mistakes that keep most people trapped, no matter how much money they make. These aren't just bad habits, they are fundamental misunderstandings of how wealth is actually built. They are the subtle, silent traps that keep people living paycheck to paycheck, always wondering why they can't get ahead and build any real, lasting wealth. By the end of this video, you will not only understand these mistakes, but you will have a clear, actionable blueprint to avoid them forever. Ready? Let's get into it. The first, and by far the most common mistake, is this: they spend before they save. For 99% of people, the monthly money journey is completely reactive. The paycheck hits the bank account, and an immediate sequence of events begins. First, the bills get paid: rent, utilities, car payments. Then comes the lifestyle spending: dinners out, impulse buys on Amazon, all those subscriptions we forget we have. And then, at the very end of the month, they look at what's left, if anything is left at all, and they think, I guess I'll save this. But what's the problem with that? The problem is, there's never anything left. Life happens. An unexpected car repair, a last-minute trip, a sale that's just too good to pass up. This save what's left strategy is a guaranteed recipe for financial stagnation. The solution is to radically flip the script. You must pay yourself first. This is the golden rule of personal finance. You have to start treating your future self as your most important, non-negotiable creditor. Your savings and investments become the very first bill you pay each month, not the last. And the most effective way to do this is to make it completely automatic. Set up a recurring transfer from your checking account to a separate savings or investment account. Schedule it for the day right after you get paid, before you even have a chance to miss the money. A great starting goal is to aim for 20% of your after-tax income. Now, if that sounds like too much right now, that's okay. Start with 5%, start with 1%. The key is to build the habit, automate it, and you'll find yourself building wealth without even thinking about it. The second major mistake is falling for the great lie that more money will solve all your problems. This is what we tell ourselves, right? If I just got that raise, everything would be fine. Let's make this even more practical. I want you to do a subscription audit this week. Go through your bank statements and list every single recurring payment. Netflix, Spotify, gym memberships you don't use, that app you forgot you subscribed to. Be ruthless. Ask yourself for each one, does this truly add value to my life? You might be shocked to find an extra $50 or even $100 a month you can redirect towards your pay yourself first bill without feeling any real loss. Another powerful technique is the 48-hour rule for any non-essential purchase over a certain amount, say $50. If you see something you want, you're not allowed to buy it for 48 hours. Put it in your online cart and walk away. More often than not, the initial impulse will fade, and you'll realize you didn't really need it. This simple habit creates a crucial buffer between impulse and action, saving you thousands over time. If I could just land that higher-paying job, I'd finally be able to save. But what really happens, and the raise comes? For most people, lifestyle inflation kicks in immediately. All of a sudden, the budget for a newer car, a bigger apartment, or more expensive vacations magically appears out of thin air. Your spending rises to meet your new income, and just like that, you're right back in the same paycheck-to-paycheck trap, just with more expensive stuff. Here's the hard truth: more money doesn't fix bad financial habits. It just amplifies them. The antidote is to consciously and actively fight lifestyle inflation. The very next time you get a raise or a bonus, I want you to try this. Pretend it didn't happen for the first 3 months. The moment that new, extra income hits your account, immediately automate the transfer of that entire amount into your investment account. After those 3 months are up, you've broken the initial impulse to spend it. Then, you can make a conscious choice. Maybe you decide to allocate 25% of that raise to a well-deserved lifestyle upgrade. But the other 75%, that continues to go directly towards building your wealth. This is how you turn a raise into a real stepping stone to financial freedom, not just a fancier cage. This brings us to the third, and honestly, the most costly mistake of all: procrastination. It's that little voice in your head that says, "I'll start investing next year," or "I'm still too young to worry about retirement," or my personal favorite, "It's all just too complicated. I'll figure it out later." This is the most expensive mistake you can make because it costs your single most valuable asset in wealth building: time. The magic of compound interest, where your money starts earning money, and then that money earns even more money, needs a long runway to really work its wonders. The difference between starting to invest at age 25 versus age 35 is not 10 years of growth. In reality, it can mean the difference of hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars in lost potential growth by the time you retire. So why do we procrastinate? It's usually because of analysis paralysis. The world of finance seems overwhelming. There are so many options, so much jargon. The fear of making the wrong choice leads us to make the absolute worst choice of all: doing nothing. The fix for this is to start ridiculously small, just to break the inertia. Your goal is not to become a Wall Street expert overnight. Your goal is simply to take action. So here's your homework for this week. Open a brokerage account. It takes about 15 minutes online. Then, invest a tiny, almost insignificant amount, $50, $25, whatever you can spare, into a simple, broad market index fund, like one that tracks the S&P 500. The purpose here is not to get rich from this one investment. The purpose is the huge psychological victory of getting started. You've officially moved from being a passive observer on the sidelines to being an active participant in your own financial future. From there, you can learn and grow, but you absolutely must take that first step. So, there you have it, the 3 biggest destroyers of wealth: spending before you save, letting lifestyle inflation run wild, and the silent killer, procrastination. But the fact that you're here, watching this, means you're ready for a change. You're ready to take control. I'm curious, which of these mistakes has held you back the most in your own life? Let's reframe this. The goal isn't to never make a mistake. Even the best investors in the world make mistakes. The goal is to avoid the single biggest mistake of all: being so afraid of making a small error that you do nothing, guaranteeing a massive loss to inflation and missed opportunity. A good plan that you start today is infinitely better than a perfect plan you start next year. And remember, you don't need to be a stock-picking genius. For the vast majority of people, the simplest solution is the best: a low-cost, globally diversified index fund, or ETF. Think of it as buying a tiny slice of the entire world's economy. You set it up once, keep adding to it automatically, and let the global economy do the heavy lifting for you over decades. It's the most proven, hands-off way to build wealth. Let me know down in the comments. Let's talk about it. If this video was valuable to you, please hit that like button and subscribe, because our journey to financial clarity is just getting started. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.